because I never, ever wanted to do anything else. I honestly don't know what I saw as a little kid, because I was looking at this little toy guitar and I had to have it, and my mother talks about how she had to literally pull me away from this window until eventually she gave in and bought it for me.
Lots of the book is dedicated to the Smiths. That was only up to the age of 23. It dominates the book. Does that bother you, that that will still be the focus of people's interest in you, even though you've done so much stuff since then?
It would if it was everyone's focus of my life, but it isn't everybody's focus of my life. It's the media's focus of my life. It's what will define me. I'm fine with that anyway, because I was in a fantastic band.
And the fruits of that bonding that you had so quickly happened so quickly. You had these 4 albums which were just so incredibly successful in a space of 5 years.
Well, the Smiths were really driven to work. We were driven to try and do something great. My life's led by work, and the Smiths were like that, particularly myself and Morrissey. Never had a holiday. Why would you want a holiday from the Smiths, until 5 years in, when it would have been a good idea, frankly, but that's another story.
You found words from Paul McCartney particularly comforting when you were quite hurt about the process of what had happened.
Yeah. Well, when the Smiths split, I had no idea what I was going to do. I didn't know that the phone was going to start ringing and Paul McCartney's manager was going to ask me to go and jam. My band had split up and my friendships were in tatters. So I figured that if anyone knows and could give me some advice, it'd be him. I didn't ask him for advice, I just told him, and he just said, "That's bands for you."
What is more satisfying? What have you found over the years, working purely on your own or collaboratively, as you have done on so many occasions?
I think because I'm a guitar player, and I was first known for being in a 4-piece archetypal rock group that split up, it's taken people some time to realise that I have more in common with someone like Brian Eno or Nile Rodgers, in that I collaborate. I think after 30 years of doing it with The and Modest Mouse and so on, so I guess I'm a serial collaborator. There's no getting around it. And
you say working with Modest Mouse was one of your most rewarding experiences. What was it about that?
It was the happiest time of my life.
Really?
Modest Mouse were and are a very interesting bunch of people. Unfathomable music. I was able to join that band as a sort of British guitar expert, in a way. That was my role, and it was pretty successful. There's nothing like having an American #1 album to get you out of the house.
US elections coming up in a few days' time.
Yeah,
the Smiths
sure.
so well known for being political in their time. What do you make of what's going on?
As far as Donald Trump goes, I honestly know that a pretty reasonable 12-year-old child would do a better job of running the United States than Donald Trump.
Did you worry that writing this book, that this was going to whip up this hornet's nest of media questions again, that you've had all that time since, of will the Smiths get back together?
Yeah. Fans don't really ask that question. They get their interest, the narrative gets whipped up by the media, and I understand why, because it's a story, But 30 years later, it doesn't really affect my life. I'd like for the band to be friends. That's a different deal,